Madison Clark is back! And stealing babies for Padre now. Wait, what?
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to be talking about Morgan and Madison leading the show together 50-50 and having a split lead for the final season. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video today. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another discussion topic video leading into Season 8, the final season of Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to talk about Morgan and Madison this season sharing the crown as both the leads of the season. And whether or not we think that that is going to last, or do we think one of them will be killed off, or one of them will leave, or any kind of theories like that. So obviously yesterday we did a video about Madison. In the Q&A we talked about, do we think that they brought Madison back just to kill her off, right? And in that video, of course, we talked about the possibilities of, why, at least in my opinion, I feel like killing Madison off in the series would be a very bad idea, and it would be kind of a waste of time since they brought her back. But now we're going to talk about the two of them leading the show 50-50, because early reviewers and early viewers for Fear the Walking Dead that have seen the first few episodes have stated, and I have heard this flying around a lot, is that Morgan and Madison do share the crown this season. There's not one character that's in charge more than the other, which I think is really cool. And I think it's kind of telling of that based off of what we know about the season premiere, which is that the premiere is a very Madison and Morgan focused episode about the two of them arguing about what is right for Mo and what is the right, call. So I think they're definitely setting that up, is that the two of them are kind of like co-leaders to themselves. And they kind of rule together, which I think is a really cool idea. Because I like that they're doing that for not only the story purposes, because Madison would not follow what Morgan's doing, and Morgan would not follow what Madison's doing. So they have to kind of coexist and kind of decide together. But also because I love the fact that behind the scenes, they're not just saying, Kim Dickens, come back, but we're going to make you a side character, And Lenny James, you've been leading the show for a few seasons now. Well, we're not going to shove you to the side because Madison's coming back for the final season. No, we're going to compromise, and both you will get 50-50, amount of screen time, 50-50 leading the show, and that's just how it's going to be, And I'm good with that. I think that makes a lot of sense because, well, the unfortunate truth is behind this, Madison and Morgan actually do have one difference between each other. Morgan has actually led more episodes than Madison. That is the sad truth behind this whole thing, is that if you actually do this on a technicality side of things, Morgan has been the lead for Fear the Walking Dead longer than Madison has. So that's pretty insane. Obviously, Madison is the OG lead. She is the original lead, and I obviously, we acknowledge that. But Morgan has actually been leading the show longer than she has. So that's how you know she's been gone a while. That's how you know there's a serious problem here somewhere. But they brought her back. They're letting her lead a portion of it. Morgan's leading the other portion, and I think that's actually kind of cool because Madison led the first 3.5 seasons, and then Morgan led like the second half of 4, all of 5, all of 6, all of 7. So technically he led 3.5 seasons as well. So I guess in a way they're kind of even, and then the final season they're both leading together. So you get Madison leading the first 3.5, you get Morgan leading the next 3.5, and then in the final season they lead the show together, right? That to me is really cool. But that's kind of the idea, at least as of right now. And I guess one thing that we have to be kind of proud of and happy of is that they're not exactly, bullshitting us when it comes to the poster for this season. Because it is kind of funny that literally it took them like 5 years to actually give a real key art between Morgan and Madison where it was legit. Because the original they gave for season 4 was actually misleading, and that didn't happen at all. Morgan and Madison did not lead the show together, and nor did they even meet each other until now. So that poster was, complete BS. But finally, this poster is actually legit, and it's actually real. The two of them are actually together. They both are leading the show together, and they've met each other. So at least the poster isn't BS like the first time, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm definitely down for the two of them leading the show together. I think it's definitely a smart idea business-wise, because here's the thing, and this is where the Walking Dead fan base kind of divides itself a little bit. There are 50% of people that think that Madison is the queen of Fear the Walking Dead, and she should have never left, and she's in charge, and Morgan is trash and all this stuff. And then there's the other side of things, which yeah, me for sure. Morgan is the champ. Morgan is the GOAT, and honestly, Morgan has done a fine job leading the show. But again, you know, that starts debates, you know. And again, I ask you all to remain respectful in the comment section. I ask you to remain respectful of each other's opinions because I've had to remove a lot of people that have been, well, let's just say a little upset about my thoughts on the Madison character. I guess that's what I'll say about it. So like I said, you know, and that this is one thing I always say. I tell you my honest thoughts about the show. I tell you the honest truth. I think Madison is a overrated character. Yes, I do acknowledge that she does have good moments, but is she Morgan Jones from The Walking Dead? The fuck she is. I'm sorry, but no, she is not Morgan quality at all. So, yeah, and that's all there is to it, you know? So, in terms of this season and in terms of what they're doing, I think it's good because there's people like me that prefer Morgan, and there's people like, you know, other people that aren't me that do prefer Madison as the lead and do prefer her, you know, running the show. So, what I'm saying is that I'm glad that they're kind of combining that together so that everybody's happy, right? Everybody's happy. Everybody gets to see either Madison in charge or Morgan in charge, right? I think it's a good idea. But now let's talk about the other thing. Will Morgan end up leaving Fear the Walking Dead? Because obviously that is a big question. In season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead, we know he's going back to King County, right? So, is Morgan actually going to be there for the rest of the season to wrap things up? Because I know that the King County episode has to happen within the first half of the season. So, is Morgan going to leave to go find Rick? Is he going to get some kind of, like, evidence that Rick is alive? Because I don't know about you guys, but I haven't heard anything about Lenny James in the final episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. I've heard a crap ton about Sherry. I've heard a crap ton about Kim Dickens and Coleman Domingo. And that's not spoilers for me to say because the actors literally have come out and said it. That they're just on set on the final day of filming. So, you know, they've already come out and said this. The actors have already came out and spoiled it on their Instagram. For some reason, that's they're able to do that. I don't know how they're allowed, but that's besides the point. Lenny James has not been active at all about Fear the Walking Dead and has not been active about being on set. So I'm wondering if Morgan does leave the show in the first half of the season. And maybe what they mean by Morgan and Madison leading the show 50-50 is that the first half of the season, Morgan's in, but Madison closes out the final half of the show, which I think actually would make a lot more sense because you have the OG lead leading the final half of the show. Morgan leaves during the first half, and then Madison leads the final half of the show. I think that would make a lot of sense, and also given recent things that we've heard about the second half of the show, yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense if some OG Fear the Walking Dead characters led that. So, those who know, you know. But anyway, I'm going to leave the video here. I'm definitely interested to see these two kind of lead the show together. And is Morgan going to leave in the first half of the season? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys think that's going to happen? Or do you think Morgan will be in the second half of the season? And do you think, you know, he just will have less of a role? So, anyway, that is it for this video, guys. Make sure, of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I will see you guys really soon for more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.